The ship is still here, but time has eaten the details.
Corrosion finds the seams first. Then the ship becomes a map of weak lines.
Entry is a negotiation with sharp steel. No contact, no silt, no surprises.
Inside, the ship is a lung full of dust. The floor is a trap, not a surface.
A watch stops, but the moment stays. Back out clean, or the ship blinds the camera. Down is easy, coming back is not.
If it moves, treat it like it will fall.
One touch, and the room becomes weather.
Curved frames are where suits get trapped.
The ship allows passage only when asked politely.
Trunks migrate when the ship shifts, then settle like fossils.
Small valuables survive by hiding in corners.
Buttons outlast cloth, and the body becomes an outline.
Paper is gone, but the root remains.
In tight places, stillness is speed.
Never force a door in a wreck. The ship wields to patience, not strength.
Mail rooms carried lives in transit.
Ink is gone, but the instrument remains.
Sound travels through stressed steel before steel moves.
Leaving clean is part of entering clean.
Decoration survives as rubble, still pointing to class and space.
Even doorways are aging.
Big rooms amplify risk because silt becomes a weather system.
Boxes survive when they are pinned in place.
Value changes, but attachment does not. That ridge can erase the room in one mistake. A clean pass is a safe pass.
Dining culture leaves porcelain long after food is forgotten.
Sometimes the best rescue is leaving it in place. Bodies chose corners when the ship stopped being a ship.
There is no room for carelessness here.
That tremor is the ship settling, not an earthquake.
Metal tins can outlast every paper promise around them. Money becomes metal,
Then metal becomes history.
Flow turns debris into blades.
The ship rewards the quiet route.
Overhead hazards are silent until they drop.
Stillness is how the deep forgives.
Exit points are the sharpest places in the wreck.
Outside, the ship is a cliff with teeth.
Each entry is a choice between discovery and risk.
A second entry means a second set of rules.
The wiring tells where power once mattered, even when power is gone.
Force breaks history and safety at the same time.
In deep water, glass becomes rock, and labels become memory. Even a spoon can carry a name across a century.
Clean entry keeps the exit possible.
The floor is a loaded surface, waiting for a mistake.
A bump here turns navigation into guesswork.
Open spaces hide more traps, not fewer.
Buttons travel with bodies, not with ships. The ship still whispers what it used to be.
Grandeur survives only as proportions.
Luxury becomes fragments, then becomes evidence. One careless kick can erase the map.
Clothing patterns still tell class, even when cloth is gone.
The safest path is the one that touches nothing.
Big doors mean big rooms, and big rooms mean big silt. A room built for celebration now holds only sediment.
Personal items drift until the ship pins them down. The ocean moves through the ship as if the ship were hollow bone.
Untouched silt is a warning label.
A mistake almost happens, and then it does not.
Choose rubble over powder.
Leaving a big room is often the hardest move.
Slopes collect sediment and stress.
This is where suits get caught. Stop on first contact, then reset. Do not fight the frame.
Below the glamour, the ship was always a machine.
Scale here is the real intimidation. The human is always the smallest object.
Workplaces keep the fingerprints of labor.
In machinery spaces, snags are everywhere.
The ship still moves, but only in whispers.
Verticals are exit killers. Choose ramps.
Downward motion must be slower than fear.
Lower decks collected what gravity could steal.
Here, travel became stillness.
Some corners were chosen at the last minute.
Leaving the way entered is the safest map.
The safest floor is often the broken floor.
Tethers love sharp corners. Watch the line, not the room. Silt wakes up fast. Stop, hold the line, wait for the wreck to calm down.
The exit is not a direction, it is a line.
One silt out is enough. Adjust the route and keep going. Rubble is loud, but it is honest. Keep the line tight. Loose line becomes a trap.
The ship keeps secrets in metal.
What was locked for theft is now locked for time.
Every item taken changes the balance between curiosity and respect. Most accidents begin as a small snag that becomes a panic. A safer route is rarely the cleanest one.
Mailrooms were arteries, carrying private life through public space.
Messages stopped mid-journey, then became artifacts.
Organic materials vanish first, but seals and metal survive as signatures.
Corrosion makes ceilings lighter, but also more unpredictable.
Keys remain when doors no longer matter.
Administration made a ship feel orderly, even on its last night. From here on, every fin stroke is a decision.
Cabins were private worlds, and private worlds ended quietly.
Timekeepers keep ticking, only in the mind.
A cabin is a cul-de-sac. Enter only with an exit plan.
Navigation becomes a story written in broken walls.
Open drops are where divers disappear.
A line is not equipment. A line is survival.
Buckled steel behaves like broken ice. Load it gently.
Lower decks caught what the ship shook loose.
If the ceiling complains, stop and listen.
The ocean edits jewelry into outlines.
Take the evidence, leave the structure.
In deep wrecks, water becomes weather.
Use the line as a handrail when the handrail is gone.
The sea is not outside the ship. The sea is the ship now.
Bodies followed the ship's tilt, then the ship froze them in place.
After a silt out, caution becomes the rhythm.
Boxes survive by being pinned, not protected. Faces remain, even when names wash away.
The safest movement is the smallest movement.
Doorways deform first. Treat everyone like a trap.
Ordinary tools become rare when context vanishes.
Metal forests catch gear like hooks. Currents do not negotiate.
Rest in safe pockets, not in main routes.
Small storage hides large stories.
A whistle suggests duty. A plate suggests identity. The ship no longer has straight lines.
Clear the body, then clear the line.
Some containers open themselves over time.
Writing tools imply plans, letters, and unfinished thoughts.
The wreck does not keep everyone moving.
After seeing remains, the priority becomes leaving cleanly.
A route out is part of the exploration.
Climbing inside a wreck is fighting gravity with patience.
Confidence comes from checks, not from courage.
After a close call, the wreck feels tighter, even when it is not.
Outside is infinite. Inside is navigable.
From here, every turn must still lead back to a line.
The ship guides the route with damage.
Curved frames trap shoulders first, then hoses. Silt turns space into guesswork.
When sight fails, procedure takes over. Every choice narrows the return.
Large voids amplify current and confusion.
Downward is easy. Coming back is earned.
Silt preserves shapes while destroying surfaces.
Money survives as metal, not value.
Do not fight the sea inside steel. Ramps are safer than drops until the ramp moves.
The ship's heart lies ahead, still silent.
Machinery areas are hook fields. Scale becomes obvious in the engine spaces.
Corroded grating fails without warning.
Even maintenance left fingerprints.
Avoid suspended paths when alternatives exist.
Past this point, the ship becomes a machine again.
This space explains the ship's scale better than any photo.
Instructions remain after power ends.
Movement overhead means leave or wait, never rush. Respect is sometimes retreat.
Tight machinery rooms punish wide turns.
A single touch can erase the exit. Navigation tools ended up far from the bridge. The ship changes character deck by deck. Vertical openings are where orientation fails.
A new level means a new promise to return.
Luxury becomes geometry once materials vanish.
A banquet room without sound feels larger than it ever was. Marks matter more than mass for identification.
Public rooms still hold private endings.
Service passages connect the grand to the hidden.
Tight rooms mean no mistakes with fins. One letter can outlast a lifetime.
Hatches are funnels for silt and fear.
Down again, but not unprepared.
Lower spaces keep the finest silt.
Small containers often survive where large rooms fail.
Tags are the ship's paper trail in metal.
Patience is the safest speed.
Turning is where fins betray the plan.
The exit is only real when reached.
Too much slack becomes a snare.
A safe artifact is meaningless if the line is lost. Large rooms hide delayed failures.
The exploration continues, but the route home is always being rewritten.
When marine snow accelerates, expect the wreck to shift.
The safer path is usually the quieter one.
Crew spaces show daily life, not ceremony.
Names are the last thing the sea cannot erase.
Oval frames are where entrapment starts.
In a wreck, stopping is the first rescue tool.
If a sign exists, it is almost always wrong now.
The floor is the real ceiling here, once it lifts.
Drawers trap objects when walls fail.
Time becomes a sealed object.
Gesture survives even when flesh does not. Leaving a room can be as delicate as entering it. Open voids invite drifting and disorientation.
The wall is the compass when the room is too large.
Move in silt and the exit disappears.
In the dark, the line is memory.
Exits are safer when the wreck starts talking loudly.
Leaving the interior is not the end, only a change of risk.
Outside, the ship becomes landscape.
Small objects hide in the ship's wrinkles. Metal survives. Stones often do not.
The sea arranged the remains by force, not intention.
Sound means stress, and stress means move.
The best ending is leaving with the story intact.
A wreck is a lesson in scale and silence.
The ship stays